Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I would like to begin this lesson off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I'm Shaquat from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, and I'm back here with another lesson. I do hope and pray that the lesson is edifying to the elect. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Baruch Thumb, to sincere Agyam, Wathim, and a sincere shalom to you brothers that are out here pushing this truth down the highways and the byways and through the YouTube lessons. Man, shalom to you all. I don't want about this lesson be edifying and exhorting to the elect. So I'm sure you heard of all the, troubles, and perilous times that we're in as of right now. Slakia. Shit. Goddamn. Salakia. As the perilous times we're in right now, as a lot of people being out of power, especially up there in Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Now they're starting to get some power back, and the brothers up there in Gary, they're getting power back as well. So called Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. I saw a sister who makes garments. She just messaged me saying she got her power back. So Baruch Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, right? But there's been power outages a lot of places throughout the U.S. and all over the world. Has not been heavily reported in the news, if any at all, especially with the foreign countries going through it as well, like Puerto Rico. Certain parts of Puerto Rico been out of power for 90 days, for the last 90 plus days. So yeah, that's been going on there. You have Cuba. Is it Cuba? Yeah, I believe it's Cuba. Cuba's been out of power on and off the whole year. They've been out of power for a long while, ever since that Maduro situation happened back in January. Then eventually they got their power back up, but then their power went down again. Then you have certain discussions about the power grid in America being fucked up. How the American power grid is getting shut down and they're being attacked. And they're going to use that to blame Iran. Point is, man, these are the plagues that is before being sent back on Egypt 2.0. This has already happened in the past Egypt, and it's just happening again because why? Ecclesiastes, the first chapter. Let's start with that. All right, Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9. That thing that has been, it is that which shall be. It's like the thing that hath been, it is which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So there's nothing new under the sun. All right. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath already been of old time, which was before us. All right. So there you go. History just repeating itself, really, at the end of the day. The Lord is sending these same plagues back, but on a higher level than in the past. So a lot of people are feeling that, and this is going to lead to all hell breaking loose. And what else is holding back that as well is the mark of the beast being implemented, made voluntary, but then it's going to eventually be made mandatory after all hell breaks loose. And shit going to get really bad. All right, it's going to get real bad out here. And a part of that getting real bad is going to be mass darkness, meaning EMP attacks. All right, which these things weren't caused by EMP attacks, but EMP attacks will take place. Or certain disaster events is going to knock the power off. A lot of people are coming to the realization in the comments, hey, this is a government experiment and all these things. Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. We know it's a government experiment. I meant same thing, really. But we know that already. But we're telling you this is going to be like some real shit. And they were already talking about how in Gary, they're just damn near turned it to the purge out there a little bit. People robbing and looting each other and shit. I'm sure some women was up there getting raped. I'm sure some people got put down. All right, just like think about the Hurricane Katrina event that happened down in New Orleans, some years back, like 20 years ago. Yeah, that shit was happening then too, a miniature purge. And Jake was getting heavily attacked in that time. So this shit is only gonna get worse. Only gonna get worse. And a lot of Edomites hate you, Jake. A lot of Edomites don't like your ass. I actually got a video saved so I could do a lesson on it today. Or not today, but so I could do a lesson on it, Lord willing shit. If today, that'd be great. But, you know. It's like you. But, you know, whenever the Lord permits, and puts it in my spirit to do so. But where a woman was going into how, you know, you got group chats on Facebook full of Edomites working in these Texas roadhouses and all these different restaurants talking about spitting in Jake food. You know, spitting in Jacob food just because they mad. You know, really, that's really all it is. Just because they're pissed off and things of that sort. But yeah, man. So without further ado, we got a lot of TikToks to get into. So fair use, fair use. This video will be conducted and operated under the Fair Use Copyrights Act of 1976 for all public information can and will be used in this video for the purpose of education, teaching, criticism, and news reporting. This video will not be monetized. It's a non-profit video. And what I'm going to do is put myself on mute. I'm going to let these videos play out. Then we're going to grab some more precepts and I'll close the lesson off. Lord willing, it won't be too long already. So let's get to it.
Heard a lot of
I just wanted to show y'all how dark it is in Indiana right now. We are currently day 7, no power. Don't even know when our power is going to be restored at this point because the time keeps changing. But let me show y'all how dark it is. There we go. Completely dark. It's not safe. People are breaking in people's houses and everything. I just wanted to show y'all how dark it is in Indiana right now. We are currently day 7, no power. Don't even know when our power is going to be restored at this point because the time keeps changing. But let me show y'all how dark it is. There we go. Completely dark. It's not safe. People are breaking in people's houses and everything. I just wanted to show y'all how dark it is in Indiana right now. We are currently day 7, no power. Don't even know when our power is going to be restored at this point because the time keeps changing. But let me show y'all how dark it is. After hit. And y'all had.
They're doing the best to hide that we're in a recession because they want.
Shocking developing news coming out today, August 19th, 2026, of potential cyber attacks against our power grid systems that could knock out and black out the entire United States for 18 months. And they're saying it is shockingly easy. In fact, they're saying that 12-year-olds with internet access could do this. And so Iran doing this, they said, is not out of the picture, and it could be absolutely devastating. Let's take a look at the latest headlines coming out today, August 19th, so you can see it for yourself. Shockingly vulnerable U.S. power grid could result in an 18-month nationwide blackout, an expert has warned. This is coming out all across the headlines today, August 19th, 2026. Take a look at some more with me. Warning that a mammoth nationwide blackout could last 18 months as power grids' appalling weak spots are exposed. And they're saying this is something the IRGC could actually easily do to the United States. This is something the
Just to speak briefly on that video, this is Esau's predictive programming, first and foremost, predicting the future, you know, which is just him already going to do his predictive programming, and also his morality, what's the word I want to use? His moral compass, all right, his moral compass. So basically that's him warning you all that he's about to fucking shut the power down, you know. And when it happens, he's going to be like, well, I did technically warn you. It may not have been straightforward, but I did warn you I was going to do it, right? That's all, man. You know, this devil, bro, he's the devil. All right, so like I was saying, the power grid, it's been talks about that being shut down soon, be it 18 months. Now, of course, can't nobody dock how long it's going to literally last or when exactly it's going to happen. But know that one of these Black Swan-esque events will take place very soon. That's what's gonna get this shit popping. The Black Swan event and the Mark of the Beast being implemented. All right, that's gonna get everything on and popping, believe it or not. So yeah, I'm gonna mute my mic again. We're gonna go back and watch the rest of these videos. We're gonna finish that video out, and then there's some more videos concerning those blackouts all over the US. And I didn't get the chance to get any TikToks concerning the ones elsewhere, but note to self, just do a little research. There are certain events elsewhere where people are completely out of power outside of the United States, especially due to these earthquakes, man. These earthquakes is smacking shit. I got a lesson coming on that. I meant to do it earlier last week, but you know, the spirit didn't permit it. So Lord willing, I'll be doing it this week. But shit, the Lord may have me not doing it because there's more earthquakes happening every day, smacking shit. 6 ain't nothing below 6. I ain't seen an earthquake below 6 yet. Everything been 6.4 and up, mostly 7s, smacking shit. We is in the end, bro. So mute myself. We gonna watch the rest of these TikToks.
IRGC could actually easily do to the United States. U.S. is at risk of an 18-month-long blackout that could extend across the entire nation, experts claim. So,
Salaki, another thing, they have to shut this grid down, this system down, in order to implement the new system. Remember that. They got to shut this current system and grid down and implement the new one. All right? Without doing so, they can't implement the new system. All right, so this is purposely being done. This is them bringing chaos and then bringing the order out of that chaos. All right, that's why they made it so easy for the system to be attacked and brought down, because they got to bring this new system, this old system down to bring in the new system. All right, so here we go.
just to clarify, we're going to be getting into the details of this, but they're saying this is not just a city or a region. They're saying the entire United States of America could be entirely blacked out, shut down, and we would be unable to get our systems up for roughly 18 months is the estimate that we are hearing. Now, in addition to that, take a look at this. We've been continually hearing threats coming out from the IRGC. They are threatening to target global energy and internet infrastructure if Iran is attacked again. This came out August 12th when we had heard some of the more recent threats against the U.S. power grid systems. And just to clarify, it says here global energy and internet, but in case you are wondering, Iran made sure that we knew. Iran lawmakers threaten U.S. power grid if Iran is attacked. And that is not just grids of U.S. assets in the Middle Eastern region. They're talking specifically about attacking U.S. soil in North America. We're going to get into the details of this as there's saying that this would be coast to coast, west to east. Every single resident in the United States would be blacked out for 18 months, and they're saying it's actually shockingly simple to achieve. They believe that 12-year-olds with access to the internet could do it because we are operating on archaic systems that need immediate attention right away. Now, in addition to that, we've also been receiving attacks against our water systems, the cyber attacks on the U.S. water sector, and the Iran question, escalation or opportunism. Now, we're actually hearing new states have come out and announced that they are some of the ones that have been hit. And we're going to be taking a look at that in detail so you can see more of the states that have made the announcements as we are mapping Iranian cyber attacks on U.S. water systems. Now, from my understanding, we have not specifically been able to confirm that it is Iran, but they're saying this has all the makings of the cyber avenger Iranian cyber attackers that have hit U.S. Shocking developing news coming out today.
There we go. And as you can see by that video, before we move on to the next one, I just got to touch on it, man. You see in the comments, bro, everybody talking about, yeah, this is going to spark war. It's going to be war. Yeah. Nigga, it's in the scriptures, man. You know, and then you had that one shorty. She said, You know, we gotta get together, create bonfires, share food, neighborhood meetings every day. That ain't how that's gonna go, sweetheart. You gonna be guarding your vajayjay, okay? That's what you're gonna be guarding that day. All right, because you're gonna be very vulnerable. Ain't nobody gonna be on that friendly shit when all hell breaks loose. Matthew 12 or Matthew 24 and 12, because the iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So, sweetheart, that ain't gonna happen. All right, ain't gonna be no get together. Everybody be whoop the whoop friendly. That shit's not gonna happen. It's gonna be everybody for themselves, mano y mano. You know, fucking survival of the fittest out there, motherfucker, man. For real. That's how bad it's gonna get here very soon. This is why we need Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. We need to indulge ourselves in this prophecy. All right? We have to be after the testimony of Yahushua. We have to be in the spirit of prophecy, because we don't want to get caught up in this mess at all. You do not want to get caught up in this junk. This shit gonna get bad. For real. So it'd be behooving to lock in with the Lord right about now. Right? Because it's going to be neighbor against neighbor. It's going to be civil war. You got Isaiah 19, 2nd Esdras 15, 2nd Esdras 16, 2nd Esdras 6, Zechariah 14. You know, you got so many precepts going into this matter, man. You know, Isaiah the 9th chapter. So many. It's going to be everybody for themselves. And it's going to get deadly serious and deadly bad. All right, so let's go to the rest of those videos so we can get these precepts. Everybody's scared, man. Look at them comments, man. We gotta prep. Can somebody tell me how to prep while I'm poor? Everybody thinking about prepping the wrong way. Well, though, the way you prep is through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Now, there's nothing wrong with gathering a little few extra items here and there, but you better know that shit ain't gonna preserve you. It's nothing wrong with getting a gun and none of these things, but just better know that shit is not gonna preserve you. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is gonna have to preserve you in that day. You cannot save yourself. We gonna do? Everybody bugging out and panicking, but in that day we gonna be good. That's Isaiah 33 and 6. For wisdom and stability, for wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is our treasure. That's our treasure. That's gonna keep us stable in the time of Jacob's trouble, while these people bug the hell out, which they're already starting to do. Look at them. Somebody tell me how to prep while I'm poor. Anybody got any advice on prepping? They said we gotta prep, but we got the money. We gotta prep. We gotta get ready. We gotta prep. Stock up. But nobody's stocking up in the spirit. Scriptures say, wherever your treasures is, that's where your heart shall be also. And if you're stocking up treasures here on earth, whether that's prepping or whatever, that shit's it's gonna fail. Ultimately, if the Lord ain't in it, it's gonna fail. That's just the truth. Let's keep going, though. Just want to point out how scared them people is.
So we are in the dark, and there was a storm coming. However, the lights went out before the storm even came, before the rain even came. So, and it's really not raining. And it's really not raining. It's some bullshit, but we locked and loaded over here. Trying to told you. Are we finna go to? Stupid. So we are in the dark, and
We've been without power for 14 hours. The power went out last night at 7 p.m. It is 9 a.m. We have no way to make breakfast. I threw everything in the freezer last night, so it feels like a fridge. All of our food stayed good. So I'm outside on our Blackstone in my screened-in porch making us breakfast. This is the setup. No end in sight. Another storm is starting. I have no idea when they're going to get the power back on. We've been without power for 14.
So all the birds is dying around here. I guess I'm late to the show, but everybody been showing on the internet that the birds are dying. You hear them? They still going fucking crazy. I can't even show y'all all of them. I should get out and walk. No, the fuck I'm not.
There's a million of them right there.
No, that's okay. I'm fucking get out and walk. I watch the birds. Poor birds, y'all. It's fucking dying. I've died. Some of them still moving. I can't see that side clearly.
Just bear with me one moment. Salaki, this phone moving extremely slow because it's hot as shit in Dallas. It's 109 degrees, so bear with me.
You can hear them though. Yeah. Poor birds. So sad. They trying to survive. They dying off though. Oh, that's so sad.
You see them all over there?
Yeah, there's one. There's a few in front of you too.
It is.
Be careful. I don't want one of them motherfuckers to fall up in here. Cause I have a motherfucking stroke. I ain't gonna hold you.
You see that one still alive though?
Yeah, that was still, his head was up. Yeah.
He was still moving.
So all the birds is dying around here. I guess I'm late to the show, but everybody been showing on the internet that
Are they preparing for something big? Something bigger than we could ever even wrap our heads around. You know, over the last few weeks, and mainly this last week, we've been having problems with our communications, internet, the Wi-Fi, cell phones, Verizon, Sprint, all of them losing service, having no internet, phones just not working for no reason. But you call the providers and they say, there's nothing wrong. Your phone's working fine. No, it's not. Nothing will. Convoys of military vehicles, Hummers, trucks. Every vehicle that the military owns are in convoys for miles traveling down the highways. You see them parked at the exits, truck stops, along the side of the road. I just saw one literally yesterday. It was 8 Humvees all in a row and a couple other big trucks. Well, where are they going? What are they doing? What are they planning for? What is the government not telling us that they should be telling us? Are they using our communication line? Are they using our phone lines? Are they using... What is going on? I've been hearing a lot of rumors, but I don't know what's true. But I hope to God we're down a real bad road. Are they preparing for something big? Something bigger than...
Like, I just show this because this is like really fuck.
So for time's sake, we're going to stop there and get these precepts here. But I just wanted to show you what was going on. In a couple of those videos, I'm going to do another lesson on, like a separate lesson just to play back and go through, you know, some more precepts like that one you watched with the guy talking about the Verizon and all that shit, and just based off the comment section, all right, Lord willing. But you saw the most recent video. Headlights off, pitch black in that hoe, all right, so that shit pretty bad out there, and it's only going to get worse. Now let's deal with first, let's deal with those birds dying. All right, so this is Exodus 9:1. Then the Lord said unto Moses, go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, thus saith the Lord power of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous murrain, which means a disease, a pestilence. All right. Now it says, and the Lord shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die of all that is of the children of Israel. And the Lord appointed a set time, saying, tomorrow the Lord shall do this thing in the land. All right, and then, all right, it says, and the Lord did the thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died, but the cattle of the children of Israel died. You know, because certain birds you can eat, like chickens, turkeys, you know, certain things, but they're not technically cattle, but they're animals being plagued. So look at what's happening in Milwaukee. That's another plague of Egypt coming to pass once again, if your spirit can receive that. You know, because this is Egypt 2.0. The Lord is not playing with this place, man. He's not fucking around, even though a lot of you people think he is. Now, let's go to Exodus, the 10th chapter concerning this darkness. Let's jump all the way down to verse 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. So thick it can be felt. Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, go ye, serve the Lord, only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. And Moses said, thou must give us also sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto the Lord our power. All right. And then, you know, you go on and on and on. You know, this nigga decided to continue. All right. Hardening his heart. All right. Point is, the Lord sent a darkness so thick you could feel it. You couldn't see each other. You couldn't see each other or none of that shit. That's how thick the darkness was. You could turn on the light and you still wouldn't be able to see. That's what the Lord plagued Egypt with. We were good in that time, but Egypt wasn't. You know, the Egyptians weren't. So these certain plagues are coming back. And what's the plague? You saw when that lady turned her lights off, you couldn't see shit. You could feel the darkness. You couldn't see shit. Now imagine in person, that shit probably was even darker. All right. Now also take into account these plagues of darkness is coming by way of power outages, cyber attacks, etc. These things will come to pass. Everybody's living as normal right now because things are so good, cheap upon earth, 2 Ezra 16. But they don't know that the Lord is about to move on their ass, man. Did not the Lord say in the book of Matthew 24, Luke 21, Mark 13, you know, didn't he say he's sending pestilence? 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Pestilences. That's a pestilence. That is a pestilence. The Lord is not playing, and this was a message to the 12 saying, in the end, this is how you know we're at the end, because these things will be coming to pass, and they're coming to pass on a mass level. You saw Georgia, all right. You saw Cincinnati, of course, Indiana. You saw Phoenix. You didn't get to see the other ones, but like I mentioned earlier, other countries like Cuba, Puerto Rico, etc. All right, and many other places are coming out, losing power. Then you also have the guy. What did the guy bring out? How the power grid may be shut down and take about approximately 18 months to get back up. Then a lot of people put their thinking caps on like, that leads right into the next election. Yeah, Sherlock. It do. It do. But anyway, to continue on, man, this shit's getting bad and it's only going to get worse. Let's go to the Apocrypha, all right? And let's get the 2 Esdras. (15). In verse 5, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hateful works are fulfilled. All right. So the Lord is bringing these plagues because iniquity is so heavy today. So he's judging this place. And it's all going to lead to all hell breaking loose, man. All hell breaking loose. MOTB being implemented. A lot of things. It's just going to get a hell of a lot worse here. You ain't seen nothing yet. The point that's being made. Now it says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me. Let's jump down. Forgive me. Verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. This is talking about America. And he's talking about the elect. He's going to save the elect out of this place. 2/3, you're through. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So the Lord is smiting this place once again with plagues like he did to the former Egypt. All right. It's like Egypt. Well, it ain't talking about ancient Egypt. So what is it talking about? When you go to Revelation 11 and 8, it says that great city that is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. So there is a great city that's spiritually known as Egypt. I mean, just take a look at the back of your dollar bill. Go to your downtown areas and look at all the pyramids that are around. These skyscrapers and pyramids that's everywhere. This is Egypt, champ. This is a multitude of other kingdoms put into one, but mainly Egypt. Yeah. All right. Now it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. So the Lord is plaguing this place, man. Completely plaguing this place. And a part of that plague, all right, will be darkness. Look at this. 2 Ezra 16 and 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. All right. So this place is going to be through. Like I said, that Isaiah 19. Egyptian shall be against Egyptian. All right. And the brothers shall fight against one another. All right. And it gets into 2 Ezra 15 also. 2nd Esdras 6, and various other scriptures like I was quoting earlier. This thing is going to get very bad. This is leading into a time like never before seen on the whole planet Earth, like Daniel 12 and 1. Jeremiah 30 and 7 gets into. All right. Now it says, let's go down to verse 5. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it hath begun to burn? All right, so the point is the Lord is sending these plagues. Jump down to 8. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? All right, who's going to stop these plagues? Nobody. Nobody going to be able to stop these plagues, man. All right, look at this. The earth quaketh in the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up in the waves from the deep, and the waves are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is the right hand, and it's getting into the nukes, but that's not what I want right now. Jump down to 14. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again, until they come upon the earth. All right. So there you go. The Lord is sending all these plagues, man. And it's really to get our people to turn back, as it's going to say a few verses down. All right. But the point is, these are the plagues that are being sent into Egypt once again, just like before time. Things written before time were written for our learning. Romans 15 and 4. What do we bring out in Ecclesiastes 1? There's no new thing under the sun. There's nothing new, essentially. It's just refreshed, which is that Greek word kainos. All right. Let's see. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and powers that shall stand in fear. All right. At the beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So sent to you so you can return as a warning to turn back to the Lord. But for all these things, they will not turn away from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. These are the type of destructions coming to this place called Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. It's only going to get worse because people think they can still go get food from the supermarket, get gas, even though it's high as shit, go to work daily, get some box here and there, whatever have you. They think they good. Nah, man, this shit finna get wicked. And people are now starting to realize that. But even then, majority of them people still ain't gonna get salvation. All right. So that's the point, man. This shit gonna get worse, and it's gonna get worse, and it's gonna get worse, and it's gonna get worse. Then it's gonna get a little worse. Then it's gonna get a little bit worse. Then it's gonna get a little bit worse. Then it's gonna get better. All right. But don't worry, brothers and sisters out there. If we're of that number, the Lord is gonna have mercy upon us, and He will deliver troubles. All right. That's Isaiah 65 and 13. He said it when we read 2nd Esdras 15. And various other scriptures. We will be delivered from these troubles if we be of that number. But as for the wicked of our people and the heathens, good luck. And luck isn't real, so you're done. You know, you're done. You're through. Or otherwise, in other words, to be more vulgar, you're fucked. All right? So, I'm in the lesson off there, you know, and I do got to hit a few of them points in them other videos, Lord willing. But I don't want to Ratazah. This lesson was edifying to the elect. Let's get that precept one more time over here, because this is pretty much the whole point of the lesson right here in this 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 11. Let's read that again. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. So he's smiting this place as before. All right? This is nothing new. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying to the Allah, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rachak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Abba Babal, Kwame Yasharallah, Yadol Abadium, Lababal, Hagadol, Yahweh Mahar, Wahabathum. All right, and like the elder Isaiah brought out from the GMS Orlando camp a while back, we at the point in time where it's just the same precepts, just different articles, different TikToks. Same precepts, because we are in the time of prophecy, man. We in the time of end time prophecy. Pestilence, famine, violence, the mark of the beast, war. That's where we at right now. We at a point in time where it's just the same precepts, just wearing out the same precepts, just different articles and different videos and TikToks. So what does that leave us with? That means all we are left with right now is the need of patience. And if we had the patience to be ready to lead this place, we would have been left. So we still got work to do. Lord willing, we got that number. And till next time, Shalom.